What's up, ProGuides family? It's that time of season once again. Call of Duty Cold War has just released last week. All of the new things in the game may seem overwhelming and difficult to understand. For this reason alone, we have chosen to make a beginner's guide that can help you get into the game understanding the general aspects rather than having to learn it all for yourself. Hello, my name is Renox, and today we'll be going over the basics that you need to learn right away regarding COD Cold War. Not only will we be discussing some of the basics of the game, but we'll also go over everything the game has to offer. Before we get started though, let's get into our question of the day. Today's question is one that I personally thought about quite a bit when I initially heard about Cold War's release. How much would you like to see Treyarch to updating their game regarding new content rather than simple patches and gun changes? Well, everyone's initial response would likely be as many as possible. Personally, I would like to see patches be polished rather than ample. What do you guys think though? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll be sure to read as many as we can.
Alright guys, first off, let's go over the basics of the game. When initially opening up the client, whether you're playing on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox, you'll be introduced with 5 tabs labeled Campaign, Multiplayer, Warzone, Zombies, and Store. You may notice one of these from Modern Warfare. If you're thinking Warzone, you're right. If you haven't heard already, however, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. This actually isn't a new game mode. Instead, it's simply going to redirect you to the Modern Warfare client and open up the old Warzone mode. Underwhelming, I know, but look at the bright side. New weapons will be introduced, making the game mode seem fresh once again. Second off, the campaign and store tabs are pretty self-explanatory. The campaign, like always, is the single-player game mode that walks you through the story portion of the game. The store, as we would all expect, is where you can buy skins and any other promotions that the game has to offer. Because of all the reasons we've listed, we will spend our time throughout this video focusing on the multiplayer and zombies portion of the game, which undoubtedly most of you are here for. With that being said, however, let's first talk about the area of the game that will attract most of players, multiplayer. When starting up the multiplayer portion of the game, you will be able to choose from a wide array of game modes, the main of which include Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, Domination, Combined Arms, VIP Escort, Control, and Free-for-all. Due to a time constraint, we won't really be able to talk about all of these different modes. However, let's go over the ones that may seem a bit more obscure to most players. First off, while modes like Deathmatch may seem familiar to many, most players likely won't know what VIP Escort is. This mode contains a 6v6 format in which both teams either try to kill or protect the VIP. Once the VIP has been escorted or killed, one team gets a point and the sides switch, making the team that initially attempted to escort the VIP try to kill them and vice versa. This process repeats until one team reaches 4 points and wins. The final game mode type we'll be discussing is Combined Arms. This is practically a domination game with more players and vehicles. The games usually consist of about 16 to 24 people and include vehicles like tanks, snowmobiles, and even more. Once one team reaches the score limits, they win. The second portion of multiplayer that many of you are likely interested in is likely the class creation system. When starting the game as a new player, the game will not allow you to create your own class. This feature is not hard to unlock though. Once you reach level 4, you will be able to start creating your own classes that will significantly alter how you play the game. Don't think that this is the end, however. You will still need to play to unlock new weapons and attachments for certain guns. This process can take a bit of time, so you will have something to grind towards for a fairly long period of time. The system itself can also be pretty hard to understand if you're a new Call of Duty player. First off, you will need to choose a primary and secondary weapon. This part is pretty straightforward. Regarding the primaries, you will have to choose from a list of assault rifles, submachine guns, tactical rifles, and light machine guns. At the start, only one gun in each category will be unlocked, but as we stated before, as you play more, you will be able to gain access to all of the weapons. It's also important to note that these weapons come with a few pre-attached attachments that you can switch out later on as you unlock more. Within the secondary portion of the class setup, you will be able to choose either pistols, shotguns, launchers, melees, or specials. For all of you wondering, the special portion of this section consists of one weapon, the M79, a grenade launcher that shoots projectiles which detonate on impact. After you've chosen your primary and secondary weapon, you'll need to choose a tactical, lethal, and a field upgrade. These are simply things that will help you throughout the game. Some examples include grenades and proximity mines. Moving forward, you'll have to choose 3 separate perks. Like weapons, not all of these will be unlocked when starting off, but you will have 3. These are simply things that will make your character act differently and give you abilities that you otherwise would not have had. For example, you will start with the perk Gung Ho. This will allow you to shoot while sprinting, something that wouldn't be possible without the perk. The last portion of the class system is a wild card. These give you different capabilities as you create a class, including things like having extra lethals or more attachments available on your weapon. With all that there is to do, it's clear to see how this can be a bit overwhelming. However, once you get the hang of it, you're surely to have a lot of fun creating your classes. Before entering the game, you'll also be able to choose various score streaks that you can utilize throughout the game. For all of you new COD players, score streaks are practically abilities that you can utilize throughout the game, such as care packages, attack helicopters, and the such. Something that hasn't always been the case, however, is the fact that progress for score streaks isn't lost once a player dies. Instead, you will be able to continue gaining points towards your streaks until you can utilize them. After you do so, however, there is a cooldown that takes place before you can start working towards the next score streak. What many of you might be asking, however, is how to get these score streaks. While getting kills is the most effective way, there are also several other ways that you can work towards them. These ways include getting assists or playing the objective. For instance, if you're playing a kill confirmed match in which you need to collect dog tags in order to collect points, every dog tag collected will inch you towards a score streak. It is also important to mention that these streaks are unlocked separately. For instance, if you need a total of 10 kills to unlock one streak and 15 to unlock another, you don't need 25 kills to unlock both. Instead, after 10 kills, you'll have the first streak unlocked, and you will only need 5 kills to unlock the second one. Secondly, it's also good to note that score streaks, unlike classes, can't be changed mid-game. You'll only have a set of 3 streaks that you'll need to use for the entirety of the game. For those of you that prefer a more PvE experience, Cold War offers zombies. When initially clicking on the Zombies tab, you'll be introduced with 3 options: D-Machinist Endless, D-Machinist 20 Round, and Dead Ops Arcade. While we will discuss the 2 Die Machinist options further in this video, let's first go over the Dead Ops Arcade mode. This mode, being endless, can't really be won. However, it is surely something that we've never seen in a Call of Duty before. It's a top-down game in which you need to kill waves of zombies that progressively get harder and harder. Ultimately, the waves will become so hard that you'll inevitably die. However, the journey is likely to be a lot of fun. Even if you're not too into top-down arcade type games, you should give this mode a try once or twice. It's sure to be an enjoyable experience, if nothing else. The Deep Machinist modes are very similar. The 20 round option simply ends after 20 rounds, while the endless goes on until your team fails to survive. For simplicity purposes, let's go over the 20 round mode first. The goal of this mode is to simply survive until round 20. After that, you win. Sounds simple, right? Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. Let me explain. Before starting the game, you will need to create a class that you will be able to choose right as the game begins. In this class, you will be able to choose a primary weapon and something known as a field upgrade. These upgrades include Frost Blast, Healing Aura, Energy Mine, Ring of Fire, and Aether Shroud. Notably, however, only Frost Blast is unlocked when first starting the game. All of these upgrades practically give you abilities, such as the ability to slow or set enemies on fire that are in a specific range of you. Ultimately, they are only there to help you and your team survive for as long as possible, so you have to make sure that you have the right one equipped. Moving on, you will need to understand the credit system in this game. Although you will be able to choose a class when initially starting your match, you will need to find credits to purchase weapons that can be found on several walls throughout the map to advance towards further locations. Why would you want to advance, may you ask? Well, there is a power system in the game that is not activated when initially starting. For this reason alone, you will need to make your way through the whole map, spending thousands of credits in order to win. This may arise 2 questions. 1, how do I get credits? And 2, why do I need power? Well, let's go in order. Starting off, to get credits, there are ultimately 2 options. The first is to shoot zombies, obviously. By shooting and killing zombies, you will be provided with credits. Frankly, this will be your main source of credits anyways. You can also get a small amount of credits from repairing barricades on walls that zombies need to break through in order to enter the map. The second question is slightly more complicated. Without power, you surely won't make it to the 20th round. Power allows you to purchase perks throughout the game that give you abilities such as more HP and things of that nature. Furthermore, it will also give you access to the mystery box. You can open this box as many times as you wish as long as you pay the price required for each spin. In it, you can find weapons that are used in multiplayer in addition to weapons that have been in past Zombies game modes and never in multiplayer, such as the renowned ray gun. In addition to this, you'll also gain access to something known as the Pack-a-Punch. This contraption will allow you to upgrade your weapons, usually allowing them to shoot lasers and be much more powerful. All of this upgrading isn't free, however. Like everything else, you will need credits. A lot of them, actually. Getting enough credits to get all of the abilities, pack a punch, and get a good weapon out of the mystery box will likely take you all 20 rounds. As you begin killing zombies, you will also notice something strange. Once in a while, you will see an item with a green aura drop from one of your kills. These items are known as power-ups. Once you grab the item, you and your team will get, well, something. These things can range from max ammo, replenishing your team ammos on every weapon, insta-kill, giving you the ability to one-shot any enemy, and many more. Like the field upgrades, these will help you survive much longer throughout the game. Max ammo especially will make it to where you won't even need to buy a new weapon every 2 rounds. Instead, one max ammo drop can last you 3 to 5 rounds depending on what gun you have, making the game more fun and much smoother overall. Ultimately, if you would like to win this game mode, the process is fairly simple. First, you will need to be able to get enough credits to make your way to the power. After that, you will need to buy as many perks as you possibly can. In the meantime, trying to get a good weapon out of the mystery box or simply pack-a-punching one off the wall. After that, well, survive. Once you make it to round 20, if you do that is, you will notice that a timer will show up on your screen. You will need to kill all of the zombies that appear on the map prior to this timer running out. If you don't, the helicopter that has come to save you will simply explode and you've lost the game. If you manage to complete this task, which trust me, is pretty difficult, congratulations, you've beat the zombies game mode. We know that this video contained a lot of information, but we wanted to introduce you to every portion of Cold War that you will be able to experience this year. If you would like to know more about the game, we will be introducing a Call of Duty coaching session on our site ProGuides.com. There, pros can directly help you improve throughout the game, potentially assisting you in having a higher KDA or a better win-loss ratio. If you're interested in that, be on the lookout on ProGuides.com.
We hope that, like us, you're excited about everything that Cold War has to offer. From the campaign, to multiplayers, to zombies, there's definitely a lot for all of us players to unpack coming into this new generation of Call of Duty. No matter how quickly you want to dive into this, we hope that you all have fun with the game. With that being said, good luck, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next one.